Do you believe in curses? Because here's the rub a little bit, right? The number 2 pick in the NBA draft, right, since 2000, Stromile Swift, Tyson Chandler, Jay Williams, Darko Milicic, Emeka Okafor, Marvin Williams, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevin Durant, Michael Beasley, Hasheem Thabeet, Evan Turner, Derek Williams, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Victor Oladipo, Jabari Parker, D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Marvin Bagley III, Ja Morant, James Wiseman, Jalen Green. Those are all the number 2 overall picks in the NBA draft. Now, most of them, their careers were not, even the ones that went poorly, despite their lofty expectations, were not due to injury. But the number 2 pick in the NBA draft has been a dicey selection. Case in point, most of the names that I mentioned didn't amount to a spectacular NBA career. Stromile just couldn't shoot. Right? Didn't evolve as a player. Great athlete. Jay Williams, the motorcycle accident, he struggled with his shooting, but he was only really through 1 year in the NBA. So I think Jay would have been better in this NBA than he was that NBA. Darko, I mean, that's been Emeka Okafor, Marvin Williams, Michael Beasley, Hasheem Thabeet. Derek Williams struggled with a position change. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist couldn't shoot. Jabari Parker, as we told you, would have weight issues and had a bunch of injuries. Lonzo Ball, early injuries and lack of shooting early caused him to now be on his 3rd team, although one in which he's seemingly found a home. Marvin Bagley, just not as good as his reputation, and obviously Luka and Trae Young have been far better. But Chet Holmgren got hurt. He'll likely be out for a good portion of time. He hurt himself playing in that Jamal Crawford run Pro-Am in Seattle. There's other entanglements to it. Why is LeBron playing these games? Why are these guys playing these games? Should you put them in bubble wrap and never have them play? Is it working out on a high school floor that doesn't have the give of a Final Four court or an NBA court? It's not a suspended court like they have in the NBA. Or is this just simply another case of a big guy who breaks down easily? You know, foot problems have derailed Bill Walton. Foot problems derailed Arvydas Sabonis, right? Foot problems have been an issue. Foot, ankle, knee, whatever. Here's a guy who people said, I don't know if his body is really ready for the rigors, and one drive from LeBron James, and something goes wrong in his foot. Now, look, there's also a possibility that this is not the worst thing ever. The number one question about Chet Holmgren is his body. The hardest thing to work on before your first year in the NBA is your body and is your game, because you get done playing in college in March and in April. You go immediately to prepping for the draft. You have workouts. You get drafted. You go to summer league. You get a little bit of time off, and you got to get ready, and you got training camp getting started. There's just not time to build and to look at your game and to change your game. And he'll have some time to build his body before he ultimately plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But, man, you want to talk about some bad luck. Number 2 overall pick is that cursed spot. Big guys with foot problems. It just leaves you hoping that it's just a one-off injury and he'll be fine afterwards. Now, Stu, you don't like these guys playing in the Pro-Ams, or LeBron's playing in the Pro-Ams?
I don't have a passionate feeling about it. I just know that the last couple of days, our very own John Ramos has kind of had a thing about this. He sees LeBron playing in all these tournaments or all these weekend events or pickup games, and he's like, why is he doing that? Right, John?
Yeah, I don't have a problem. They can do whatever they want to. I just don't understand why LeBron needs to be out there playing in pickup games and just wherever he's playing against like 40-year-old men. You know, it's like, just chill out. You got a season coming up. And, you know, I understand the Drew League. That's a big thing, right? The Drew League. A lot of NBA players get into that. But now I just see him like going into like gyms that fit like 2,500 people. They can barely fit anybody in there. And he's out there playing against guys who look like they just wanted to play a pickup game with each other. And here comes LeBron, LeBron down the middle, slam dunk.
Well, there's a couple of things. The Drew League is the same size gym as those gyms, right? I mean, it just is. So the one thing you get when you play in these pro-ams or in some sort of summer league is generally you're playing on a court that's stuck on top of a slab of cement, and so it is harder on your body. It just is. That said, you got to play. Guys play less now than they've ever played. Usually, it used to be guys who'd come to the UCLA men's gym, play all summer, or play as they got ramped up. Now, a lot of guys do all individual training and play very, very little. And one of the reasons they play very little is a little bit of what John alluded to, which is that you're playing against unknown dudes. Now, I would guess, and I don't know, I haven't tracked most of these guys. They do play somewhere. They play overseas, or they played at a high level, or they played in college, and they're doing some sort of minor league basketball. It ain't like the dude from the Best Buy is coming in and checking LeBron. You have to, and the reason that it's important that you played is not out of arrogance. It's simply you know where to be and you know how to not hurt somebody. The scariest thing as any basketball player is playing with guys that haven't played high-level basketball, because they're just kind of their movements are wrong. They're in the wrong way. They don't know. Like even that Seattle game, for the most part, that game was junk because nobody played any defense. Nobody wanted to hurt anybody, and they just got out of each other's way, which I don't love, as opposed to the Drew League, which is a little bit more competitive. But I do understand it and get it, where you just don't want to hurt anybody. So to answer your question, John, yeah, it's become. I think that the reason LeBron does is he's trying to continue to gain equity with people. He's trying to be the guy. Jordan didn't do this. He's trying to be different. Kobe did it some with the Drew League, but he likes to be liked. He wants to be beloved. And there's I need to get a run in, I need to get some cardio in. Why not go to a different part of the country and get some good work in? This is, of course, the potential downside. As Chet Holmgren, it feels like they wouldn't put out there being evaluated for possible ligament damage in his foot unless there is ligament damage in his foot.
So the team has to okay that, right? Right, Doug? The OKC knew that this guy, that Chet, was out there doing what he's doing. They're not it's not just some rogue, like, hey, I'm going to go play in this deal and whoops, sorry. Like, they know.
I don't know what they specifically told him.
Okay.
I don't. I'd be lying if I knew what he told him. It's impossible to think he wouldn't play basketball, but playing in a league or playing in a game where people pay money to come see it, that's a little bit different. So I don't know, John. I don't.